I give the call to the Honourable the Leader of the Opposition.
My question is to the Prime Minister. The families of the Bondi terrorist attack victims had to beg the Prime Minister through their grief and tears for a Commonwealth Royal Commission into anti-Semitism. The Prime Minister forced those families to juggle unimaginable grief with national advocacy. It was callous, it was unfair, and they are owed an apology. The Prime Minister dithered and delayed with a host of bogus excuses, citing nameless experts, saying it would take too long, arguing it would platform hate. Not once has the Prime Minister admitted to and said sorry for his mistakes. Can the Prime Minister just humble himself for once and simply say sorry?
Order. Order. We've dealt with this time question before. I hope it will be the same measure applied if any ministers go over time. Prime Minister has the call.
Mr Speaker, what happened on the 14th of December was a targeted, evil, anti-Semitic terrorist attack on Jewish Australians. And my heart breaks for every person, every family, every community that has been made to suffer because of that senseless, hate-filled violence. I've attended homes, synagogues, private meetings, both in their homes, in my Sydney home for the moment, in my Sydney office with those families. I haven't had TV cameras with me and radio reporters. What I've done is engage respectfully with those people. I've said I feel the weight of responsibility for an atrocity that happened whilst I'm Prime Minister. And as I have said, I am sorry that this occurred. Sorry for the grief and pain that the Jewish community and our entire nation have experienced. Our responsibility is to channel that grief, that pain, that anger into meaningful action, making a difference. And that is what I have striven to do. I've said that we would implement in full the recommendations of the Anti-Semitism Envoy's report. Unfortunately, some of those recommendations, the most serious ones about vilification, did not receive the support of either the Coalition or the Greens in the Senate and therefore were not able to be pursued. We did, in the immediate aftermath of the attack, our priority was unashamedly about the safety of Australians. If you look at what has happened with terrorist attacks overseas, what often occurs is that one attack leads to another coordinated attack somewhere else as part of planning. Our first priority, unashamedly, on the Sunday night, on the Monday, on the Tuesday, on the Wednesday, on the Thursday, was not to worry about politics. Our priority was, were these people part of a cell? Would there be another attack at another place in Sydney? Would there be a follow-up attack in Melbourne? Were Jewish Australians being kept safe? Were the leaders of those communities being kept safe? We upgraded the security measures around the track. Our priority was that. What were the gaps that were missed in security as well through the National Security Committee that has met on almost a daily basis every day since December 14? That was absolutely our priority, was to get that right. Our second priority was to make sure not that we do something in a year's time or 2 years' time, but to do something immediately. And the Parliament, the House of Representatives, passed legislation, not as strong as we would have liked in tackling anti-Semitism just before question time, but what we could get through. That was our priority, and we called a Royal Commission. Once we had the Royal Commissioner in place, once we had consulted the Jewish community about the terms of reference as well.
Order.